I'm always very, very proud to and thank God for being born in a place in Italy called Corinaldo, which is the birthplace of St Maria Goretti. I'm always very, very proud, and I'm very, very happy. Going around the world, I found many, many churches dedicated to St Maria Goretti, even in the United States, in Uganda, here in Scotland, in Cran Hill, St Maria Goretti Church. And I was amazed. In 1950, when Maria Goretti was canonized, apparently there were thousands and thousands in filling the St. Peter Square, and Mama Assunta, the mother of Maria Goretti, was there, and Alexander, the killer, was there, and so I'm very, very happy to be always to talk about Maria Goretti. In our own town, in Corinaldo, there is a big, big shrine dedicated to Maria Goretti, and outside the big church there is a huge banner portraying Mamma Assunta, the mother of Maria Goretti, and on the other side Maria Goretti. And then inside the church, at the back of the church, there are two people buried inside the church. One is Mamma Assunta, and on the other side of the church there is Alessandro Serenelli, the killer of Maria Goretti, buried there. And then up in front of the altar, the relics of Maria Goretti. There's a beautiful statue of Maria Goretti in one laying down in one side, and with the hand up pointing, Alexander, it's wrong. Alexander, don't do this. Alexander, I pray for you that you will be with me in paradise. And there is a relic of Maria Goretti there. Alexander, Maria Goretti died, was killed not in Corinaldo, but near Nettuno, not far from Rome. So she spent 6 years in Corinaldo, and the last 6 years near Nettuno. The father died, and Mamma Assunta, with children, so many children, she went down to near Rome. There was a family there she knew, and she went there for the sake of raising the family, working in a farm, working very, very hard in the farm. When Maria Goretti was killed, then Mamma Assunta came back to Corinaldo. Who is Mamma Assunta? Well, very few people know who is Mamma Assunta, because nobody knows the parents of Mamma Assunta. Nobody mentions who are the parents of Mamma Assunta, because the story goes that she was found as a baby. She was found in the hospital in Senigallia, which is 18 kilometers from Corinaldo, the biggest city, and there's a hospital there, and there was the sisters looking after the patients and so on. They have their own convent, and you know how in the olden days the sisters had in the reception room a turntable that you can put things there, then they turn the table and they receive it at the other end. And one day the sisters heard a cry, a baby crying, and they turned the table, and there you are, they found the baby, and that baby, Mamma Assunta, became Mamma Assunta. So can you imagine, from an unknown child, anonymous, to become the mother of Maria Goretti? A lot of people think that Mamma Assunta is a greater saint than Maria Goretti. Okay, Maria Goretti was killed for the sake of not committing any sin, anything wrong. But Mamma Assunta is the one that taught her to go as far as sacrifice her own life, giving her total blood, and by preaching, by talking, by living forgiveness. because after 27 years in prison, Alexander came out, went to see Mama Sunta, and Mama Sunta forgave him. And sometimes they shared meals, they stayed together in the house. And I can never forget the vision of us primary school children. Our teacher took us to Mama Sunta several times. She was telling us about forgiveness, about our daughter. But then I can never forget the vision of going to the huge church, San Francisco, the beautiful church, huge church, and seeing a wheelchair being pushed to the altar rails from the back of the church. And the one who was pushing the wheelchair was Alexander. After prison, came out, changed his life completely, became a great guy, joined as a lay person the Franciscans, and coming to see the Mama Sunta, going to communion, the two of them going to the altar rail, receiving communion. So if I have to talk about forgiveness, reconciliation, pardon, all I have to do is just to mention this vision, this beautiful experience, that we were lucky as children, that thanks to our teachers. So the power of teachers' ways, it's amazing, you know, giving us children this experience of Mama Sunta and Alexander. There's so much to say about Mama Sunta and one thing is, while Alexander was in prison, the first few years, quite a number of years, I think it's about 15 years, he was unrepentant. And then a vision, I don't know whether at night or not, a vision, he saw this young lady, Maria, in heaven, with flowers coming down to him and asking him to change his ways. And he remembered what Mama Sunta had told him once, that Maria Goretti, before dying, said, she asked Maria, would you forgive Alexander? How on earth a mother could? Fantastic, isn't it? She asked Maria, would you forgive Alexander? And Maria, dying, said, not only I forgive him, but I pray that one day he will be with me in paradise. Wow.